Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes. So let's continue. Okay. Continue with your textbook. So this is chapter 3, Public Nutrition and Health. Is the screen visible? No? Right, Sana? Yeah. So we discussed the significance or the importance of public health nutrition. Then we covered different types of nutrition problems in India. What is public health and nutrition? Then community. What is community? Just go through your textbook. Okay, so these are the nutritional problems in India. First one, that is protein energy malnutrition. It can be found in every society, even in developed and in industrialized country, which means not only in India, but also in developed countries also, they have this iron deficiency anemia. And it is caused, the protein energy malfunction. That is caused by inadequate food intake, which means insufficient intake of macronutrients. Okay, insufficient intake of macronutrients. And this disease or this protein energy malnutrition is also connected with certain diseases like AIDS and tuberculosis, AIDS and TB. Okay, this protein energy malnutrition is very common with these diseases, AIDS and TB. And we can assess this protein energy malnutrition by evaluating or assessing the anthropometric measurement, which means measuring height, weight. If you are taking head, chest circumference, all these are the anthropometric measurements. I hope it's clear. Okay. Fine. Then we discussed about some terms, right? Like what is stunting, then what is wasting, and what is underweight. I hope it's clear for you, right? Yeah. So it's in this box. It's important. Then we discussed micronutrient deficiency. Just look at this picture. Is it clear? Need to zoom? No. Okay. So this is the micronutrient deficiencies. If the diet is deficient in energy and protein content, it is also likely to contain inadequate amount of other nutrients, especially micronutrients like minerals and vitamins. The term hidden hunger, this is very important. Okay, hidden hunger. Okay, it is used to refer to micronutrient deficiency, which means another name for micronutrient deficiency, that is hidden hunger. Then we discuss some of micronutrient deficiencies. Look at this picture. The first picture, the two babies. This is protein energy malnutrition, and this is due to micronutrient deficiency. Is the picture clear for you, Sana? Yeah. Then we discussed iron deficiency anemia, right? That also comes under which part? Micronutrient deficiency. Yeah. And this is most common type of nutrient deficiencies or nutrient problems in the world as well as in India. This is commonly seen in women, childbearing age, which means the pregnant mothers, adolescent girls, because they have menstruation, then school age children, as well as lactating mothers or nursing mothers. They are the vulnerable group of this anemia. We have different types, that is sickle cell anemia, aplastic anemia. These are the different types of anemia. But under this IDA is a very common type of anemia. Okay. So if your body does not contain enough amount of iron in your blood, that leads to iron deficiency anemia. Okay. So it shows a low HB level. HB means hemoglobin. The main function, that is to supply the oxygen as well as to, it's a protein compound, this HB, that provides oxygen, or it helps in the transportation of oxygen, as well as it provide a red color to the red blood cells. Is it clear? Just write hemoglobin, that helps in transportation of oxygen as well as it provide a red color. Okay, in the case of anemia, this HB count is very less when compared with a normal condition. Okay, for an example, for an adolescent girl like Meghna and Sana, the HB count, the normal HB count, that is between 12 to 14. Okay, so less than 12, that comes under the iron deficiency part. Clear? Yeah. Then we discuss the symptoms, right? What are the symptoms? Difficulty in carrying oxygen, breathing problems, then feel tiredness, lethargic. Yeah. And in the case of children, in small children or the school going children, they have difficulties in attention span, memory and concentration. It is very difficult for that children to concentrate in class. Okay. Any doubts, Shana? Otherwise, you are not aware about your textbook. That's why I'm showing. Is this helpful, Meghna?
Yes.
Yes. Also try to learn within the class. I'm repeating. Then vitamin A deficiency, that is VAD. What is iron deficiency anemia? IDA, iron deficiency anemia. It's VAD, vitamin A deficiency. So why we need this vitamin A? For the normal vision, growth, as well as for immunity. Okay. So a person with good vitamin A, complete the sentence. A person with a good vitamin A level in the body have good vision, proper growth, as well as immunity. Okay, then vitamin A deficiency is the most common type of childhood blindness, which means if we are not ready to treat the symptoms like dry skin, if you are not ready, or if we are not ready to take the medical attention, it will lead to complete blindness in children as well as in adults. Okay, is it clear? Yeah. Then this is a vitamin A cycle, which means a vitamin A deficiency that leads to increased risk to infection because your immunity is affected. So vitamin A deficiency, just you can draw this diagram. Vitamin A deficiency, just mark an arrow, then it leads to increased susceptibility to infection, which means it leads to infection, it affects your immunity, then increased loss of vitamin A. Then again, this is a cycle. You can write this. Vitamin A deficiency that leads to increased susceptibility to infection and again increased loss of vitamin A. This is a cycle. Clear? Please send your notes. Okay. So other than this, which are the foods that is rich in iron? All the leafy vegetables, dates, then ragi, all these are the iron-rich foods. Vitamin A, yeah, most of the yellow fruits and vegetables. Okay. Carrot, mango, papaya, all these are carries vitamin A. Yeah. So let's move on to the next deficiency. So the next micronutrient, just a minute. Okay. So this is another important micronutrient deficiency. This is our last deficiency under your textbook. Okay, iodine deficiency disorder. That is IDD. IDD. Iodine deficiency disorder. VAD, that is vitamin A deficiency. Iron deficiency anemia, that is IDA. Here IDD, which means iron deficiency disorders. So this is a condition where your iodine level is not appropriate. Okay, that is iodine deficiency. If your body does not have enough amount of iodine, that leads to iodine deficiency. What is the importance of this iodine? Any idea? This iodine as a mineral, it is very important during the time of pregnancy. During the time of pregnancy, this is very important. Otherwise, it leads to lot of congenital abnormalities. Do you know what is congenital abnormalities? Like any kind of problems before birth, inside the womb itself, some problems are developed. Some diseases are developed in children. That is called as congenital abnormalities. You can write that. Write that term. Note that term. Congenital abnormality. CONGENITAL abnormalities. These are the problems basically during the time of fetus development. We already learned the development of fetus in last year, right? So during that development stage, it leads to certain kind of problems. That is called as congenital abnormalities. Before birth, some problems are there with the baby. If the baby born, they have some kind of problems or difficulties. That is congenital abnormality. So this iodine is very important during the time of pregnancy. I will show a picture. So during this time of pregnancy, iodine is very important because all the cognitive skills, we need this iodine. Look at this picture. What is this? Any idea? This is spina bifida. This is out from your syllabus. Just showing. So this is a congenital abnormality. You can see a sac here, right? It's very painful because their spinal cord is not developed properly. So it fails to close. So it leads a small opening here like this as a sac in the spinal cord. This is a condition happened before the birth inside the womb itself. This is a congenital abnormality. You can write this spina bifida as an example under the congenital abnormality. Okay. Usually this babies not survive. They usually die because it's a very serious condition. And do you heard about club foot? CLUB foot, which means their foot is twisted. That is a congenital disorder. Then we have Down syndrome. All these are the congenital disorders. So we need this proper amount of iodine during the time of pregnancy. Otherwise, it leads to these kind of complications. Like it leads to these kind of abnormalities in children. It is a very serious issue. Okay. That is IDD, iodine deficiency disorder. Is it clear? Okay. So normally this iodine deficiency that leads to a particular disease. What is it, Sana? I think you are aware about that. Last year we learned iodine deficiency leads to very good. Goiter. Meghna, do you remember that term? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the improper functioning of thyroid gland that leads to a condition called as goiter. Look at this picture. I'm sorry. Yeah. Look at this picture. What is the difference? This is a normal thyroid gland. There is no enlargement here, right? A normal gland, a normal thyroid. But if you are comparing this normal picture with this picture, this is a person with goiter. So here their thyroid gland is enlarged. That is due to inadequate amount of iodine. All the functions of this thyroid gland is not appropriate. That is leads to a condition called as goiter. Clear? Then this iodine deficiency leads to stillbirth. Are you familiar with this term? Stillbirth. You heard the term abortion? Spontaneous abortion. What's that? Meghna? You know, right?
It is not intentional by accident.
By accident, we lost the baby. Yeah? Okay. So the stillbirth means inside the womb itself, the baby is died, which means before the labor, the baby is already died. During the time of labor, the baby is died. That is called as stillbirth. Just note down, stillbirth. Baby died in the uterus before labor. Usually we need to take that baby by C-section and all. Stillbirth. That is also due to lack of iodine. So I hope you are aware about the seriousness of iodine, right? The importance of iodine. Reina, what happened to you? Are you late?
Ma'am, my laptop is not working.
Okay. So that's all about our next deficiency, iodine deficiency. So, Sana, can you please summarize what is iodine deficiency to Reina? Reina, please listen. Yeah. Just try. No problem. I will ask you, then you can answer. Okay. Iodine deficiency anemia. Does it belong to a macronutrient deficiency or a micronutrient deficiency? Sana? Sana, I can't hear you. Meghna?
Micronutrient.
Yeah, Sana, can you please try? I can't hear. So Meghna, it's your turn. Can you please summarize the iodine deficiency disorder to Reina?
Iodine deficiency disorder, which is also known as IDD, it caused by the deficiency of iodine. And if we don't have enough iodine, it can lead to goiter. And some
During the time of
incidents
pregnancy or at the
during the
time
time
of
of
pregnancy?
pregnancy and all,
Hmm.
then it can lead to congenital abnormalities.
Congenital abnormalities or congenital abnormalities. Okay. So this Down syndrome, spina bifida, all these are the congenital abnormalities. Okay. So Reina, I'll show the text. So iodine deficiency disorder, that is IDD, is required for normal mental and physical growth and development. So not only for the physical development, but also for your mental growth, we need iodine. That is the first need of iodine. Then IDD is an ecological phenomenon largely due to the deficiency of iodine. Vitamin A deficiency, that is due to vitamin A, lack of vitamin A in diet. Iron deficiency, that is due to lack of iron in your diet, like that. Iodine deficiency disorder means lack of iodine in your diet. Okay, so some of the states in India where IDD is common, that is Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, just leave that. Then iodine deficiency disorder, it will leads to the from the fetal life through adulthood due to the inadequate dietary intake of iodine. Deficiency of iodine result in insufficient amount of thyroid hormone. So this iodine deficiency leads to an improper functioning of your thyroid gland. Okay, or so it leads to an insufficient amount of thyroid hormone that leads to a condition called as goiter, which means this thyroid gland, your thyroid gland is here. Your thyroid gland is here, right? So due to this improper functioning of this thyroid gland, it enlarged. It leads to a bulgy stage, that is called as goiter, improper functioning of your thyroid gland. Then, so iodine deficiency during pregnancy, that is our next point. Iodine deficiency during pregnancy has several adverse effects like mental retardation, MD. I know, I hope you know what is MD, right? Mental retardation. Okay. Then congenital abnormalities, which means what is congenital abnormalities, Reina? Any idea?
I don't know.
Fine. These are the certain kind of problems that happen to the baby before birth or during the or in the womb itself. They lead. It leads to certain kind of problems like spina bifida and this is the picture of spina bifida, a baby with spina bifida, which means their spinal cord. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Reina, the spinal cord is not developed properly. That leads to a sac here. That is called as spina bifida. It's a serious congenital abnormalities in baby. This is a problem caused during the time of fetal development before birth or in the womb itself. Okay, that is called as congenital abnormalities. Is it clear, Reina? Yeah. Okay. Then IDD is estimated to about, yeah, that's okay. So that's all about iodine deficiency anemia. Clear? So we discussed protein energy malnutrition. That is a macronutrient deficiency. Then we learned micronutrient deficiency. That is iron deficiency anemia, vitamin A deficiency, and iodine deficiency anemia. These are the three common nutritional problems, micronutrient problems in India. Is it clear? Any doubts? No, right? Iron deficiency that leads to anemia, that is a disease. Vitamin A that leads to night blindness. In thyroid, it leads to goiter, improper functioning of your thyroid gland or the thyroid hormones. Clear? Yeah. So, to solve all these kind of nutritional problems in India, our government put forward certain kind of policies or schemes to avoid all these issues or all these problems. So the first policy, that is National Nutrition Policy. So now we are going to discuss various strategies or various intervention to tackle the nutritional problems or to eradicate nutritional problems from our country, from India. So first policy by Government of India, that is National Nutrition Policy, NNP. National Nutrition Policy. That is NNP. Can I please note down? Okay. So this is a program started in the year of 1993. Just write 1993. So National Nutrition Policy started in the year of 1993. This is a program or policy by our government of India under the Department of Women and Child Development. Women and Child Development. So that is a department. So under this department, for an example, you belong to plus two, right? So under this plus two, we have humanity, science, and commerce. So under this women and child development department, we have this policy NNP in 1993 by our government of India. So main objective of this NNP is to reduce or to eradicate the nutritional problems from India. Okay, so the main objective, just write objective. For eradicating malnutrition. For eradicating malnutrition. So N, I think the screen is not visible, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Please write. the first strategy to prevent the nutritional problem, that is NNP, National Nutrition Policy, which is started in the year of 1993 by our Government of India. The main objective is to eradicate the malnutrition or to avoid all the nutritional problems. Okay. Year 1993, objective to prevent the nutritional problems and also to improve the optimal health, which means overall health of whole population. Okay. It is NNP. So the main objective of this plan is to reduce the malnutrition and also to improve the overall health of people and optimum nutrition for all. Is it clear, Meghna? Yeah? Am I fast?
Yes. No.
Right. So under this National Nutrition Policy, why we need this National Nutrition Policy? To avoid all the problems, right? The nutrition problems. So under this policy, we have different types of strategies, different kind of strategies. So we classify them into two groups. One is direct short-term strategy and next one, that is indirect long-term strategy. So these are the two programs under the National Nutrition Policy. Show the slide. Just write like this. Just draw like this. I'll show. Yeah. National Nutrition Policy by our Government of India in 1993 to eradicate all the nutritional problems. So under this National Nutrition Policy, we have two schemes or two strategies. One is direct, right, like this, okay? Direct short-term strategy and indirect long-term strategies. Direct short-term strategies and indirect long-term strategy. Both the strategy as well as intervention, both terms are same. Okay. So direct short-term intervention or direct short-term strategies. Okay. Now let's continue. So let's move on to the first one, that is direct short-term strategy. Direct short-term strategies. First one, that is ICDS program or an ICDS scheme. Have you heard this term ICDS before? Kanarayana Meghna? Yes. No, right? Meghna? Yeah, fine. So let's discuss ICDS, full form, that is Integrated Child Development Service. So this ICDS that comes under the direct short-term strategy. Okay. Fine. So this ICDS program that is mainly for certain groups. ICDS, Integrated Child, right? So this program basically focuses children below 6 years as well as pregnant women and also lactating mothers. So this ICDS program is for mothers, lactating mothers or nursing mothers as well as children as also adolescents. So this ICDS program give more importance to ladies. Okay. So this ICDS is a program by Government of India under the Department of Women and Child Development. Okay. So children in the age group of 0 to 6 years, pregnant, lactating mothers. And according to this program, they also give more importance to pregnant women. because to reduce the low birth weight incidence and all, they give more importance to pregnant ladies to solve the birth related issues. So they provide nutrition to the pregnant mothers, as well as they provide classes, they provide food to them, they provide supplements for the betterment of the children in their womb. Okay, is it clear? I'll repeat. So this ICDS is a program, Integrated Child Development Service Scheme. This is a program that comes under Women and Child Development. Okay, they basically focus certain groups like children, adolescents, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. Okay, so they provide nutrition to all of these groups because they belong to a vulnerable group. So we give more importance to them. Yeah. Okay. So why we give more importance to pregnant mothers? To reduce the incidence, the low birth weight Am I audible, Meghna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's continue with ICDS. Okay, so this is a program that comes under the direct short-term strategy. Okay, next one, that is fortification of essential food. What is fortification? We learned in the last chapter, sorry, in the second chapter, chapter 2, clinical nutrition.
The foods that have high nutrients.
No. Think, Reina, Sana, Meghna?
Supplement food.
Supplement foods. Any other answers? Can you give an example for that fortification?
Milk powder.
Oh, milk powder is not correct. You're almost there.
Breakfast cereals.
Milk for cereals, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So what is fortification? Any idea?
Food in which extra nutrients we add.
Very good. If you are adding an extra nutrients to a particular food to avoid the deficiencies, that is called as fortification. Adding the extra food. Okay, or extra nutrients. For an example, salt is fortified with iron. Then vitamin D is fortified with milk. Okay, all these are fortification, which means enrichment of certain foods. Okay, so this is a program that also comes under the direct short-term strategy. The third point, that is popularization of low-cost food, which means most of our community belongs to a low economic status, right? So we need to aware them about some kind of locally available foods or indigenous foods. Then only we can include that food in their diet, right? If they are not aware about the nutrients present in locally available foods, then they go behind the nutritious foods that is high in cost in market, right? So we can easily popularize these locally available foods like tapioca, spinach and all, right? So if we are ready to provide education regarding this low cost foods that is available in the or available locally, that comes under the short term strategy, direct short term strategy. Is it clear? So this ICDS program, food fortification, as well as this popularization of low cost food, all these comes under the direct short term strategy. If they are aware about all these locally available foods, then they can easily improve their nutrients in the food. It will lead to the overall health, or it leads a good health or an optimum health. Clear? Next point, that is control of micronutrient deficiency. How you can control this micronutrient deficiency? Under this program, this ICDS program, we have lots of objectives that we will discuss later. But this ICDS services are basically provided through Anganwadis. In rural areas, through this Anganwadis, they provide polio vaccine, right? They provide supplements, deworming tablets, or vitamin A tablets, iron tablets, folic acid tablets. So if they provide all these kinds of tablets or supplements or food grains, we can easily control the micronutrient deficiencies. Okay, is it clear? So these are the 4 short-term goals or short-term strategies. Vigna, feel sleepy? Okay. Can anyone summarize what is NNP? I'm not asking you. NNP. Anyone can answer. Otherwise, you need to answer the direct short-term strategies. That is to try this NNP.
National Nutritional Policy.
Okay. This is a question that carries 3 marks. How you are going to write? Write a short note about National Nutrition Policy that carries 3 marks for your board exam. How you write? Meghna?
The NNP stands for National Nutrition Policy. This introduced by our government of India, and this policy is founded in 1993.
Very good.
We mostly focuses on the adult women, lactating women, pregnant women, and children. Basically, we focuses on the women, and it's we use this policy to optimize the nutrition intake.
Do you
And
remember under which department this NNP belongs? Women and Child Development Department. That comes under this department. Okay. So, Sana, what are the 2 direct short-term strategies? Any 2-term strategies? Any 2 strategies? Yeah. Sana, I can't hear you. Just try without your headset.
Direct strategies.
Which are the direct short-term strategies? Any 2?
ICDS.
Very good. ICDS. Can you try some points regarding ICDS?
Fortification.
No, under the ICDS. What is this ICDS program? Integrated Child Development Service, right? So this program basically focuses some vulnerable groups like pregnant women, lactating mothers, children, adolescent girls and all. And they provide the education, they provide health checkup, right? All these are the certain functions of ICDS that comes under direct short-term strategy. Clear? Okay. Next point. other than ICDS?
For
Right. Fortification. Very good. So what is fortification? What do you mean by that term?
adding
Adding. Complete the sentence here. Adding
the
nutrients. If we are adding an extra nutrient to a particular food, that is called as fortification. Enrichment of a food. Clear? Okay. Reina, it's your turn. Next two direct short-term strategy other than ICDS and fortification. It's easy.
control of micronutrient deficiencies.
How you are going to control this micronutrient deficiency? You connect this with a scheme, right? ICDS. So with the help of this ICDS scheme, through Anganwadis, they provide polio vaccine, they provide education, they provide classes, yeah, they provide food grains. So we can avoid the micronutrient deficiency or we can control. Next, other than this, micronutrient fortification, ICDS, then
Population of low-cost nutrition food.
very good. How you popularize the terms? Or why you need this popularization?
To people aware about the food and
So we
their
can
cost.
improve their overall health by including all these nutritious rich foods into their diet, right? We can improve their overall health. We can improve their mental growth. We can improve as well as their physical growth also. Okay. Is it clear? So I'll show the textbook. Is the screen visible, Meghna?
Yes.
Yeah. Is this PDF visible?
Yes.
Okay. So we discussed the significance, public health nutrition, public nutritionist, micronutrient deficiency, macronutrient deficiency, what is community, a lot of concept, right? So it's in page number 77, the strategies. So in 1993, Government of India adopted the National Nutrition Policy, that is NNP, okay, which comes under the Department of Women and Child Development, okay. This is basically to achieve the optimum state of health for all the people, and it involves direct short-term interventions such as Integrated Child Development Service, that is ICDS, that basically cover the children from 0 to 6 years, all pregnant and lactating mothers. Okay, that is the first point. I hope it's clear. Next, we have fortification of essential foods. For an example, the salt is fortified with iodine, which means extra nutrients are added. Okay, the third point, that is production and popularization of low-cost nutritious food from indigenous and locally available raw material. What is this indigenous? Any idea? Rena? Indigenous, which means something that occur in a native place. Okay, in a particular place or a native place, that is called as indigenous. So available raw material by involving women in this activity. Then last direct short-term strategy, that is control of micronutrient deficiency among vulnerable group. So who is this vulnerable group? I think that is clear, right? Children, pregnant mothers, We consider all of them as a vulnerable group. So namely deficiencies of iron, vitamin A, folic acid and iodine causing children, pregnant women and nursing mothers by supplementing these nutritions. They supplement the iron tablets. They provide these free tablets for them, for children, for mothers and all. Is it clear? Yeah, rest we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.